Welcome to Lockdown Knockout Live. I'm Karen Bashir, and it's time for the third recurve quarterfinal today. We've already completed the women's side of the draw. Ida Remain and Gabby Bayardo are through to the semi-finals on the right-hand side of the draw. Today, we start the men's quarterfinals. As you probably know, if you've been watching, it's a rather unique event. Production is coming from Scotland, England and Switzerland, and we have archers today shooting in the Netherlands and the USA. Before we meet them, though, it's time to meet my expert analyst. Some say his process is a little bit unusual, but he always aims for commentary gold. It is World Archery's Chris Wells. Good afternoon, Chris. Fantastic tournament so far. Women's side of the draw was very, very high quality.
Yeah, I mean, the first day we saw Gabby come through that shoot-off against Casey Caulfield. She shot a great match, but she shot the middle when she needed to. And then yesterday, Aida put in a fantastic performance to beat Yasmin Anagoj. There were a couple of tries of that small white dot we've introduced for this lockdown knockout, but we haven't seen anyone hit it yet.
Not yet, but we hope that today might change that. Now, the competition itself is very tight. It has been on the women's side of the draw, but today we've got a really tough battle.
Yeah, Brady qualified second behind Crispin Duenas. Crispin shot 595 for the 60-arrow ranking round. Brady shot 93, and Steve was just a few points behind on 89. And interestingly, while we were setting up, we saw both of them aim for that white dot, that low in the top spot that's worth 12 points. So I'm keen to see how this plays out and if that will factor in today's match.
Yeah, more on that a little bit later, but I think it's time we meet the athletes. First up, he's the reigning European champion, silver medalist at the 2019 European Games. It is the Netherlands, Steve Wijler.
Hey guys,
good afternoon,
how
Steve. Very well. How are you? And look, we see that you're back in training with your team. How have you been preparing for this competition?
I've just been practicing a little on 18 meters, definitely last Friday and today. The rest I've just been shooting 70 meters because it's basically out of season. But we have to see how this 18-meter thing will go.
Yeah, and look, we've been talking about the unusual target face that you've got in front of you for this tournament. Have you been practicing shooting that very small white dot?
Yes, I am. Also, last Friday and today I've been shooting the 12, or at least trying to. But it's really difficult. Normally, when you shoot a good X at aiming at the yellow, it's easier than aiming low in a 7 and shoot something really tiny. But I guess when I need it, I'm going to use it anyway. So we'll see.
Fabulous. Well, listen, good luck to you. It's time to meet Steve's opponent now. He is a 5 times High Under World Cup champion, and he is the reigning world champion. It's the USA's Brady Ellison. Good morning, Brady. Look, it's really early there. Are you awake and ready for this competition?
Yeah, I've been awake long enough now. I think I got the sleep out of my eyes.
And it looks pretty warm there. The conditions are looking pretty ideal, but quite steamy, I hear.
Yeah, it's warming up a little bit. Been outside for long enough now. Kind of got used to it, and just hoping the wind doesn't pick up too soon, and we should be okay.
And I hear congratulations are in order. You're expecting.
Yeah, we just found out. Well, we found out a while ago we were expecting, but just found out we're going to have a baby boy. So super excited about this.
Congratulations, and hoping it comes just in time for Christmas.
Yeah, we're due early December, so just have to shop one time a year for his birthday and Christmas presents, and then he'll have to wait all year, but he'll get used to it, I guess.
Always thinking about the back pocket. Listen, this is a tough match you've got in front of you. Are you expecting it to be tight throughout?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think as people get training and stuff, like, this tournament's just going to get better and better, and I think by the end of it, you're going to really not see a difference in scores with what we would do if we were in the middle of indoor season.
Yeah, well, listen, good luck to you. We'll let you go and get ready for your match against Steve. Before we do, let's have a quick look at the draw for the competition. As I said, the women's side of the draw is already complete. Ida Rahman will go up against Gabby Bayardo in the semi-finals there. And today we start the men's side of the draw with Steve against Brady. The rules, well, a little bit unusual. 18 meters the distance here. It's a set system, 3 arrows per set shot. Alternatively, and if you win a set, you get 2 points. If you tied on score, you get 1 point each, and the target score for the win is 6 points. Now, the targets can be lined up vertically like this, but also there's a triangle formation. I think we're going to see that on both targets today, this kind of formation. The target itself is made up of ever-decreasing rings, and the center is what you're going for, 4 centimeters wide, and it's worth a 10. But as we've said, there's a special white dot that's worth 12 points, and the athletes have to let us know if they're going to go for it.
Yeah, talking of that white dot, Brady, you said you thought the archers in the men's side of the draw would be more aggressive. What's your strategy for the white dot today?
I think it's going to be a play it by ear kind of strategy. It's small, it's hard to hit, but I think it's going to have to be used at times.
And Steve, you're not alone there. Who have you got supporting you in the Netherlands?
Basically, my whole team is here, but they're sitting outside because they're practicing the 70 meters. And I got my coach here at the back, so
well, we're relying on the two archers to mark themselves, give us the score, but of course, Chris is here to adjudicate if necessary. Now, Brady, you shot the higher score between the two of you in the qualification, a 5.93. So you get to choose whether to shoot first or second. Which will it be?
I'll shoot first.
And sticking to form, so far, every athlete that's had the choice has chosen to shoot first. It's time for the first men's quarterfinal here in Lockdown Knockout Live Recurve. And let's get ready for the match. So, Brady, you're up first for set one. Mini advantage there for Steve, shooting the center of the target for a 10. And that one has clipped the line, but it looks like it's inside for a 10 for Brady. It's another 10 for Steve. And as you can see, the archers are actually using the camera and the view as a cue for when they should shoot.
12.
Brady's going for it. First set, and he's going for the 12-pointer. Look out for that white dot on the top target. He's gone high and into the 10. Takes it in his stride. It's a 29 for Brady. And it looks like a perfect 30 for Steve. And by my reckoning, that's the first 2 set points for Steve Wijler. The two athletes will now go down to retrieve their arrows, but we will, of course, get confirmation of the scores. Chris, a slightly nervy first arrow from Brady, you think?
Yeah, he just went a little higher left. He was practicing before, shooting well, but when you've got a fresh target, you've got no aiming references, you can just leak them out. It's not far out at all. That last shot, though, you couldn't ask for more if you were aiming for the 12 and going to miss, could you, to get a 10?
To go up into the 10 ring, yeah. No, don't be bad at all, but do give us a confirmation of your scores, Brady.
Yeah, 10, 10, 9, 29.
29 it is. And Steve, can you confirm that you have got a perfect 30?
I got 10, 10, 10.
10, 10, 10. A 30 plays 29. High quality start to the match, but it's Steve Wijler from the Netherlands leading by 2 set points to 0. Chris, we expected a tough one. We expected a tight one, and that's just what we've got.
Yeah, it was only 2 years ago that Steve and Brady met in the final of the Indoor Archery World Series, and Steve took that one. Brady has the world record for the indoor round, but we're in the middle of outdoor season and not in true competition form. So this is going to be a tough match for both of them. They're both high level archers, and as we've seen already, prepared to go for the white spot.
Yeah, straight away, white spot targeted by Brady. I don't imagine that will be the last time we'll see one of these archers going for it. But it is now time for set 2 of this quarterfinal. Well, Brady is trailing just by that single point overall in the first set, but that does put him 2 set points down. So he will shoot first in the second. It's a fourth 10 in a row for Steve, matching Brady's first arrow. Brady scores a second 10. And that's a perfect 30 for Brady Ellison. And another perfect 30 for Steve Wijler. So the two tied on 30 points provisionally. They will go down to confirm their scores, but I think that is a perfect 30 on both sides. Chris, do you concur?
Yeah, absolutely. And Brady shooting first that time. He decided to shoot that top spark target where you've got that white dot before the last arrow. So he didn't have a chance to go for it. Just wanting to get that perfect set in. Steve, they matched him. Fantastic shooting from the pair.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Steve, we'll come to you first this time. Another 30 for you?
Yeah, I got 10, 10, 10.
And Brady, looks like you found the center as well.
Yeah, I got lucky on that one, I guess.
No luck involved, I'm sure. Highly skilled, both of these archers. But 2 30s mean the scores are tied, so both archers will get a point in the second set. Steve still leading by 3 set points to 1. Chris, middle of the target is in serious danger for the rest of this competition, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic start from the pair of them. Very, very, very tight. Steve had an opportunity to go for that white spot with his last out to try and take the set, but leading on set points, went for the 10 instead, took the tie and stayed ahead. This is an interesting dynamic in the match, and it could change as it goes on. I have one question for the guys, though. Steve, the target we've given you has a stronger 10 line. Does it make a difference when you're aiming?
No, for me it doesn't, because I normally can't see any lines on the target. It's just a blurry thing. So for me, it doesn't really matter if it has a thicker line or not.
Well, it's all blurry to me, hence why I've got to wear these glasses. But it's time for the third set here. Brady will get us off the mark here for set number 3. First drop point there from Steve Wijler into the 9. Straight down the middle for Brady. That's a 10 for Steve, and he's left the top target clear, so he may well opt to go for the 12-pointer and was adjusting his sight just there. And Steve might have to go for that 12 ring now. There we go. He's going for it. A perfect 30 from Brady has forced Steve into having a shot at the 12 ring. Will he be the first to hit it in this tournament? Oh, he looks like he has smashed it down the middle. A fabulous shot there to take the points here. Now, that puts him on 31. Yes, I know that's a very unusual score in archery, but it does give him 31 points and puts him ahead in the set because it was a perfect 30 from Brady, but not enough when you hit the 12-pointer. Chris, astonishing, our first 12 points here.
Well, we've been waiting 3 matches to get it. Fantastic delivery by Steve, especially if he says he can't see the lines on the target. Very, very satisfying, I can imagine.
Look, let's go back down to the targets. Brady, you can't, well, normally you can't ask for more than a perfect 30. That's what you've got, right?
Yeah, I got the 30.
Brilliant stuff. And Steve, can you confirm that it's a 31 for you?
Yeah, it's really strange to write that down, but it's a 31.
It's a 31. And again, Brady, congratulating you. There's such great respect between the athletes in this sport.
Thank you, Brady.
He immediately said great shot when he saw it going in to the 12. But the set points go to Steve, and that puts him 5-1 up, and the pressure is really on. Chris, phenomenal to get that first 12-pointer.
Yeah, the 10 ring in recurve archery is 40 millimeters wide. The white dot that we've put in that bottom in the bottom of the top spot is 15 millimeters wide, so it's less than half of the size of the main 10 ring. Brady, I've got to ask, that's a tough set loss.
Oh no, he's a good shot. I expected it, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I'm fully expecting that if you need to, Brady, you're going to try and match him on that. You're trailing by 4 set points as we go into the 4th set of this quarterfinal. Well, Brady trailing will shoot first in this 4th set. Is he going to leave the top target open should he need the 12 points? Now that's very close. I'm going to mark that as a 9, but subject to a measure. That one's on the line, but for me, it's a stronger shout for a 10.
Yeah.
That looks like it's in the 10 ring, though. Another 10 from Steve. And Brady's called it. He's going for the 12 points here. Oh, it looks like he's got it as well. A 31 for Brady Ellison. Now, the question is, will Steve go for the 12 as well?
Yeah, I'm just going to do it.
He's going for it. Oh, we're going to get a maximum 32 points here. Let's see what Steve can do. Well, I think that is quite possibly in the 12 ring as well. We've waited for the 3rd quarterfinal for that 12 ring to be hit. And by my count, it's been hit 3 times. And that's just in the last 2 sets. Now, I don't want to call this one too early, because both of them have hit the 12. So let's get down to the targets. We'll start with Brady first because we need to know whether that first arrow is in or out of the 10 ring. Brady, are you there?
Yeah, I got 32.
It is a 10, and it's a
Great shooting,
32 for Brady.
Nice.
And again,
too,
great congratulations from his opponent. Steve, can you confirm that's a 32 as well?
Yeah, I got the same.
32. The set points are shared, but it does mean that Steve Wijler has won this 6 points to 2 in the fourth set of an incredible match. Brady, if you could turn the camera onto yourself so we can see you or get yourself in shot. Just want to have a couple of words with you. Look, a phenomenal match between the pair of you. We knew it was going to be a tough one. And yeah, just confirming that. We believe you, don't worry. We know it's a 32. Look, how tough is it to compete against someone who is on another continent? Do you still feel the same kind of pressure?
I still think you feel the nerves, but it's different because you can't really like read anyone or you can't put pressure on somebody like in person. But it's nice to compete again, and like this was a lot of fun with this target here. I kind of would kind of like to maybe have this as a permanent face for indoors. I think it would make things rather exciting.
It really does make it exciting. And I think I sort of anticipated that you would, if you needed to, go for that 12. And to hit it is just absolutely phenomenal. But listen, thank you so much for your involvement. It's been an absolute pleasure talking about you shooting your arrows again.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's nice. And, hopefully we have a outdoor shoot or indoor season or something. Hopefully we're not all stuck in our own places for the rest of the time.
Yeah, I think we're all on your team with that one. We do want to get back. Look, commiserations to you, but let's go and talk to the person who won, who beat you, Steve. Look, just incredible. You've made history. You're the first archer to hit the 12 ring ever. And then you went and hit it twice. How do you feel about beating Brady to make it through to the semifinals?
Yeah, this just feels amazing. I've been practicing a little on the 12, the last 2 trainings I did, but I think I only hit like 30% of it. So it's pretty nice to hit it multiple times now. So it's really cool.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely brilliant. So you're the first to have hit the 12 points, but I'm afraid Brady made history by being the first archer to score 32 in a set. You then went on to immediately match him, so that was also fantastic as well. But look, congratulations to you. Do you have a favorite on who you might want to face in the semifinals?
To be honest, I'm just so glad to be competing again that I don't really care against who I'm going to shoot. So for me, it's just the thrill of competing. Brady is such an amazing shooter, so it's amazing to start against somebody like him. But I'm just happy to be shooting again, so that's the only thing that matters for me at this moment.
Well, congratulations to you. We'll be seeing you later in the week. And it looks like Brady wants to say something.
Good shooting, bud. Keep hammering that 12 ring all the time, all right?
Thank you. I will do the best I can.
So just keep doing it.
Thank you, man.
Oh, brilliant.
Have a nice day.
Yeah,
brilliant
you too,
stuff there. Great shooting from the pair of them. Well, here's Chris. Chris, let's just consider we've had history made twice. Steve shooting a 31 for the first time ever, I assume, in this format of competition, and Brady shooting a maximum 32 in the following set.
Yeah, and not just shooting a 32, but losing with a 32. And fantastic fair play between the pair of them. Respect. It's a huge achievement to hit that once. I was 2 matches in and thinking it was a terrible mistake we'd added it, but absolutely not. This right here has proven that it's fantastic fun.
And we knew that this was going to be a very high quality match. I don't think we quite expected it to be that good.
No, it was really, really great, back and forth, and actually it all came down to that first set where Brady shot his first arrow into the 9. But it wasn't ended there. Steve really had to pull something out of the bag to finish that in 4. I thought that was going to a 5th set, without a doubt, when Brady shot that 32 in the 4th.
Yeah, incredible stuff. Well, look, let's have a quick look at what that's done to the draw. Here we'll see Steve Wijler is through to the semi-finals. Tomorrow we will have the fourth quarterfinal, the second men's one between Duenas and Oliveira, to see who Steve will face. And here is our schedule. As I said, tomorrow we will see Crispin Duenas of Canada going up against Bernardo Oliveira, and that will complete our quarterfinals. We'll then have a day's break before we move on to the semi-finals a little bit later in the week.
Hey, Steve, I want to ask, you told us before it was a 30% chance of hitting that white dot. You did 100% 2 for 2. What's the difference when you're in competition setting?
Oh, I think that's mostly focus. So the thing that I see in practice that I'm not shooting that good as I am in competition. So for me, it's the thrill and the nerves of a competition that I really need to perform well.
Absolutely, and Brady, you were a massive supporter of the idea of this target. You even told me to make the white dot smaller. Are you regretting that at all now?
No. I think it's good. I mean, we're good enough to hit it. It's just when you're practicing it, it seems a lot tougher, and then you get in this match and you need to hit them, and it's just kind of like a shoot off. And we're all very capable of hitting it, and we're all good enough to hit it. So, like I said down at the target, I think that we should just make an amendment, and this should just be our indoor final target from now on.
That should be fun.
Chris, can you make that happen?
I don't have the power. You have the power. I don't have the power.
Well, it was an absolutely tremendous match between you guys. Thank you so much for being involved. Commiserations to you, Brady. Congratulations to you, Steve. We'll see you a little bit later on in the week. And thank you to you as well, Chris, for, well, I think you aimed for commentary gold and you hit it. So well done to you, and thanks very much. And thanks to all of you for watching. Do come back tomorrow, same time, 5 o'clock Central European time, for the fourth and last quarterfinal in this recurve competition between Duenas of Canada and Oliveira of Brazil. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys.